Zwom, doot, 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 doot. BMO. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative BMO Fit video. This one is about the true side effects of a concussion. Getting a concussion is no joke. So why am I making this video? Well, once again, somebody asked me about the effects that they were having after they fell and hit their head from one of those, I guess they call them hoverboards. It's got two wheels on it. It kind of looks like a weapon. Anyway, yeah, he fell and hit his head. And he thinks he's going to recover like they do in the movies. You know, a few minutes and you're fine and you never have any side effects. But that's not how it works in real life. Yeah, in the movies, characters are able to take massive hits over and over and over to the head and the body and even get knocked out. And within seconds to minutes are able to shake off the injury and keep on fighting. I mean, they even get hit in the head so hard that they could be out for a day or days, like basically a coma. And then when they wake up, they just, I'm kind of sore. And they're fine. And they continue on their mission. They keep on fighting and running at full speed. In reality, this is totally not how this dynamic works, okay? Concussions are far more dangerous than this. A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury caused by a bump, blow, or jolt to the head or by a hit to the body. That's something else that they never show you in movies. You can take an uppercut or a hook to the liver, and that can concuss your brain because it makes your brain move rapidly back and forth in your skull. This sudden movement can cause the brain to bounce around and create chemical changes in the brain that are sometimes permanent, by the way, and sometimes can cause stretching and damage to brain cells. Very bad. So medical providers may describe concussions as mild brain injury because they're not usually life-threatening. Not usually. Even so, the effects of a concussion can be serious. Some signs that they do use in the movies that are real would include things like can't recall events prior or after the hit or fall, appear to be dazed or stunned. These are real things that they do show in the movies, but the effects of them are very short in the movies. It's just like, oh man, where am I? Oh, and then they remember everything and they're fine. Forgets an instruction or gets confused about an assignment or a position or unsure of even the game they're playing, maybe if it's a football movie or something, the score or their opponent, moves clumsily, and they get laughs about this in movies where somebody gets hit and they try to get up and walk around and people laugh that they're like flopping around like they're drunk. But in real life, that's serious. That's not a funny situation. They answer questions slowly. Like the coach asks them, how many fingers am I holding up, that kind of thing. Loses consciousness even briefly. Shows mood, behavior, or personality changes. The ones that they don't usually show you in the movies but can also happen in real life, especially people that have played football or have boxed or have been in a major car accident that caused whiplash or something. Yeah, you know about these pretty well. You get headaches or pressure in your head, nausea or vomiting or both. You have balance problems, dizziness, double or blurry vision, like when they say how many fingers you're holding up in the movies. They'll hold up 2 and it's blurry and back and forth and it looks like they're holding up 9. And people laugh about that in the theater, but in real life, that is a serious situation. Bothered by light or noise, feeling sluggish, hazy, foggy, or groggy, all of those. Confusion, concentration, or memory problems. And not just feeling right, feeling down. Some people would say you feel depressed and you don't know why. Well, that's because of the chemical imbalances that happen because of the concussion. So in real life, signs and symptoms generally show soon after the injury. However, you may not know how serious the injury is at first, and some symptoms may not show up for hours or even days later. For example, in the first few minutes, you might be a little confused like he was. He fell off of his hoverboard, hit his head on the concrete, no helmet. He thought he could do it. I mean, come on. Then He said he blacked out for a second. Who knows how long it was? He was all by himself. He's a bit dazed. But then an hour later, he couldn't even remember what had happened to him. His other buddies had to tell him, this is what happened, dude. You fell, you hit your head and you were laying there and you said a few weird words and slurred speech, and then you got up and you were fine. But see, he doesn't even remember just a few moments later. So see, they progressively got worse. Some recovery tips I would give, based on my experience and based on research I've done, is limit physical and thinking skill activities, especially remembering activities like puzzle games or having to memorize something, to avoid symptoms getting worse, and avoid activities that put you at risk for another injury. In other words, don't get back on the hoverboard right away. Don't just take off running, or don't do things that could cause another brain injury, okay? If everything feels okay, then find relaxing activities at home to try to get back to a normal schedule as quickly as possible so that you can give your body a chance to heal. Recovery from a concussion is when you're complete, in my opinion, is when you're completely able to do the regular activities that you've always done without experiencing any symptoms at all. That's when you know you've fully recovered, you're fully healed. You might consider a follow-up check, I suggest, with the exact same clinic or hospital or location you went to, and the exact same person that saw you the first time. You got to get that same person again, because they'll remember how you were when you went in there before, and then they'll notice if you're better instantly, probably. And go back to see if before you can go and do these activities again, like the hoverboard thing. Like, wait until you're completely healed, or going back to a sport or running or working out or whatever it was you were doing before. You should continue to check for signs of concussion right after the injury and a few days after. If you notice concussion signs or symptoms getting worse, of course, go to the emergency room, okay? Anyways, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to BMO Creative for more BMO Fit videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.